He does land the chains, but are they going to be able to turn this around? Exhaust comes down onto Toots. Toots in trouble now. But on the other side, the Skarner ult is going to land. And it's Levi into the back line. It's Levi on a rampage. And it's Levi's world. You're just living in it. He takes over the Azir. He's taking over the fight. He's taking over the series. Gam win the fight and are going to push us to a game number 5.
The death timers are so long. Gam still have 4 members alive. Tatu is trying to catch the wave so he can buy time. Eris is not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, they're just going to run down Tatu, try as he might. His efforts are in vain. This game was about one man, and it was about one man only. Levi on the Viego went crazy. Gam are able to find a way to push back, to fight back, and to force us all the way. We're going the distance. It's going to be a game number 5 between Fury and Gam. Cue up Silver Scrapes.
Such an intense team fight.
Good mental here coming into this game 5. It is Silver Scrapes once again. We'll be right back after this.
There's Eris looking for some poke onto IU, but the combo, the Skarner ultimate, grabs them all, and Gam are thrown into the grinder. Furia will not be out team fought. In comes Toots. He is the problem. Do they have the answer? Great combo from JoJo. Sets up for IU, but he's going to be stunned to the wall by the stolen body of the Skarner, and it's a double for Levi. He's getting the resets, and Levi is going crazy. But are they going to be able to turn this around? Exhaust comes down onto Toots. Toots in trouble now, but on the other side, the Skarner ult is going to land, and it's Levi into the back line. It's Levi on a rampage, and it's Levi's world. You're just living in it. He takes over the here. He's taking over the fight. He's taking over the series. Welcome back to MSI 2025, where for back-to-back days we have a Game 5. This one, an elimination match between Gam and Furia. We just saw Gam even up the score. It is all coming down to this for these two teams.
Playing with such confidence in so many of these fights, how can you not root for them?
How can you not root for them? They have all the fans with them. They have Brazil behind them as well. Will they be the ones to take EU down for the third time in history? We're back in 3 minutes, so let's send some silver scrapes! Woo! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MSI 2025. Your ears are not deceiving you. That is Silver Scrapes in the background as our first head-to-head here in this tournament between Furia and G2 is going the distance. If you've missed it so far, it's been a battle, and we're about to go in to game number 5. be so much easier to take the Elder fight guaranteed. Decimate with the stun. Justice Punch gets it done. Artemis goes godlike. And GAM now have their man advantage for the next 30 seconds. G2 still scrambling to get into a position here, but there's still no flashes on Hans and Caps. They've managed to heal up, but that's not enough. Broken Blade with a rupture over the wall, just trying to look around, see what's happening. Eris and Kiaya approaching from the side. Kiaya's got so much of a shield, nobody can even break it. Eris stealing away the killer instinct. Now it's 2 dead on G2. The Elder down to 30% HP, and GAM should be able to secure this here. Caps going in for the hero moment, but it ain't gonna happen. Instead, he just teleports to the other side of the rift. GAM with a 6,000 gold lead, with a Mountain Soul, with Otacon, with the Elder, with a man advantage for 25 seconds, marching towards the G2 base.
They're coming for that base. They're going to destroy this tower ever so quickly. G2 have to pray right now with the Elder Dragon and everything at their back. Scammer going for it.
There's still 10 seconds on Broken Blade as GAM goes straight in. Hansama's already going to be under pressure. Eris continues the dive. G2 continue to retreat. They can pray if they want, but God's not listening. GAM force down the Nexus turrets. They make their way to the Nexus, and after starting at a 0-2 deficit, GAM will take us to Game 5, and Silver scrapes.
Look at those smiles on the GAM players. This team, they really are like a family. They are so close. They have so much pressure.
Silver scrapes one last time, one more time here at MSI 2025 playing. Turn up Silver Scrape. We'll see you right after this.
Twisted Fate ulti coming in. Here's Eris. There goes LeBron. There goes Hans. There goes the turret. But here comes Broken Blade. He's in the middle of 4. Cho'Gath, he might be hungry, but he ain't eating today. Woo! Ki is in a little bit of danger, but G2 are already losing multiple members. Broken Blade tries to get away. The Swirl Seed tags him, but it doesn't matter. The Mountain Drake, the Mountain Soul. Han Sama's already going to be under pressure. Eris continues to dive. G2 continue to retreat. They can pray if they want, but God's not listening.
Vancouver, are you not entertained? Here it is game 5 once again at MSI Play in 2025. And guys, think about this. 2 hours ago, it looked like the most one-sided series.
But there's one good ward behind. Potentially an angle to flank near the Wolves.
I think T1 are going to play for the fight again. Oh, that's 6K. A deep flank.
Ulti across the team. HongQ waiting over the wall. 2K willing to flip it, and they manage to get the chem deck. Drake 3-3 across the board,
Baker.
but T1 now wants the fight. Rest off to the side. Baker trying to find the lockup. Doggo for now completely untouched. Ulti stolen away, but he manages to sidestep. Rest still going, doing everything that he possibly can, but it's already down for Junja. Baker finding the kill, going in onto Doggo. He gets another 3 down for CFO at TP mid. They need this to be the final fight. They need to execute CFO here. They need to take it to game 5. HongQ falling, desperate to turn it back, but look at his damage on the way in. The interrupt on the flag and drag. HongQ gets an extra second. Carrier knocked up. HongQ still just raining down damage. Only 18. The flag and drag coming up. He goes down. Guma out of nowhere finishes the kill.
And we are going to game number 5, Dracos. The CFO, despite their most valiant efforts, can't actually take down T1 in the 4th game. They're gonna have side selection.
It's time for Silver Scrapes. T1, hold on. In the face of defeat, they bring us to Silver Scrapes. 1 game left. And what else is there to say? 4th Silver Scrapes at this MSI. Let's send it over to the desk to talk about the looming game 5.
Kept crawling back and fighting here in this series. Can they take down the current world champion? Or is it going to be T1 finally being able to close out this series? We'll be right back after this. Vancouver, turn out Silver Scrapes!
across the board, but T1 now wants the fight. Rest off to the side. Baker trying to find the lockup. Doggo for now completely untouched. Ulti stolen away, but he manages to sidestep. Rest still going, doing everything that he possibly can, but it's already down for Junja. Baker finding the kill, going in on the Doggo. He gets another 3 down.
And we are back here in Vancouver ahead of Game 5 between CFO and T1. What an amazing series it's been so far.
Are you not entertained? This has been such an amazing series. I would have not have expected it to be
For the end there with the Baron buff still on for a little bit longer. TP comes in. They want to keep this pressure going.
Using the shape splitter as well to eat those cupcake. The Yordle Snapchat. Chovy goes in. Pop Blossom is going to land the hero's entrance there for the follow-up. But the bullet time! Hope Untouched just melts through Gen G. Ruler and Juro, the only two left alive here. AL, do they have the waves to push in?
I think they do. They're going to try. They have grubs. So I think they have it.
They have the grubs, but the backdoor bonus, I think that cannon minion is too far away, so that tower actually gets a bit tankier. There's a wave coming in bot side, and it should be there in time. Still 30 seconds before any reinforcements arrive for Gen G. Anyone's Legends strike back in Game 4 and will take us to Silver Scrapes.
The Silver Scrapes we all wanted. #1 seed versus of LPL versus #1 seed from LCK. We got to see so much here. Tarzan controlling the pace of the game. Shanks having a phenomenal Galio game. Flandra being vintage Flandra.
I'm sticking with Gen G. Bring us to that Silver Scrapes, though. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. It is time for another Silver Scrapes here in Vancouver. Are you ready? We'll be back right after this.
to Shanks. Gonna knock back, he's taken out immediately by Flandre. Mum comes in, there's the all-out in fact, as the Catacomb comes out onto Ruler. Here is entered to follow up, there's a Pop Blossom as well, and AL are not done with this fight yet. Canyon trying to escape chovy so late on the TP, but Canyon's already down, and there's a Baron available for AL.
And it is game 5 once again here between the two favorites of the tournament so far. Anyone's Legend versus Gen G. We are ready.
It's insane to see that AL, a team that, you know,
trying to make sure that he doesn't get blown up here at the very start of the fight, drops the subjugate and turns on. Tempered Fate to buy Inspired Time. He heals up with a King's Tribute, and BLG have already lost 3 men across the map. Night flashing away, but the curtain call is opened, and the show is over in game 4. Triple kill for Masu. Elk is the last man standing, and he at least gets a kill into Busio, but now he's got to try to escape. Quad and Masu ready to fire. A Spiraling Despair misses. Masu with the proc on the Hex Soul to slow down Elk. Guarantees the kill. Only Ben standing. FlyQuest are moving to the Nexus turrets. It's Yorick against Masu, Quad, and Bwipo. On finally respawning as well. Maiden to the Mist wanting to buy some time as FlyQuest have made it onto the second Nexus turret. The Nexus open, vulnerable. Bwipo forcing his way forward as Inspired puts in the work on the Nexus, and FlyQuest bring us to Silver Scrapes.
FlyQuest may have stumbled at the Nexus in the previous game, but they get right back out there and they blast BLG.
The Bash brothers worked out. Last year at Worlds, Bwipo set did not bring them the victory, but this time round he made it work. Beautiful from FlyQuest.
The Bash brothers and the Big Bird bring it to game 5. Let's head on over to the analyst desk to break it down.
BLG wanted to close it out.
Oh, to hell with it.
Bottoms up, brother. Tastes like freedom.
3-2, FlyQuest. I'm changing up one last time.
Let's go!
Let's go! One more game stands between BLG and FlyQuest and Victory Vancouver. Are you ready for the goddamn best Silver Scrapes of your life? Let's go!
summoned up by FlyQuest in that topside river. Tier 1 turret next in their sights.
Busio is having an incredible performance. We knew his bard was good, but FlyQuest are chasing for more.
They'll immediately take that Tier 1. If they can escort this Herald in, they can try to get another slam into the Tier 2, but it's going to get smoked down by Beishuan instead. Whippo flashes in for the face breaker. Double kill for Quad. FlyQuest are hungry for a Game 5. They are 5,000 gold ahead.
Nice job, guys.
Nice.
Nice. Well played, team.
Well played.
Nice.
It is Game 5 yet again here in Vancouver, and it is FlyQuest doing it.
Shockwave.
Yeah, that's huge.
Shockwave
is
from
still
Faker
up.
can be big. Taking his time, waiting for the angle as Gen G just descend on the objective. They know they have the advantage if it comes down to it. Contempt for the weak, the passive for the Zed. The E from the Callisto should finish it.
He is
And
dead.
instead is Keen picked off. Eyes on Faker again with the Shockwave. Gen G desperate to burst through the objective. 6K, lower and lower. It should be impossible for Owner, but he might be able to make it happen. No, Gen G get it, and Ruler's running rampant. Or they can't get to the backside. Ruler untouched. Double kill for T1. Objective down in Gen G's favor, but again,
Doran.
the cost is too high. Guma stands tall, Doran on the chase. Chovy golden, but headed to silver, and it's the Quadra.
A quadra kill for Gumayushi. This Corgi is massive. The hero of this is Doran. This Gragas has been instrumental in these T1 fights. He showed up in playoffs to get them here. He's showing up massively again in this game.
T1 will not be denied a Game 5. Once more into the fray we go again.
Once more to 5 as Gen G not able to win with the soul. T1 see that and say, who cares? We'll just kill you through it.
And what better way to hit the record 7 silver scrapes than with Gen G and T1. Back to you over at the desk.
T1, some said they took a risk on Doran, but he paid them back tenfold. T1 are inevitable. We are in a Game 5, despite there being not many chances for T1 to turn this game around, but they do it every single time.
It is just insane, T1. From the position that they're in, it is nothing else but magic.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
It is electric in here every time T1 win a fight, but Gen G aren't gonna let it bother them. They have their eye on the prize, but honestly, it's anyone's game. Once and again, is T1 really that inevitable, or will Chovy shut the door and make his way to the grand finals?
Why are you stronger? Why are you stronger? What is this? Give me.
Gen G just descend on the objective. They know they have the advantage if it comes down to it. Contempt for the weak, the passive for the Zed. The E from the Callisto should finish it, but instead is Keen picked off. Eyes on Faker again with the shockwave. Gen G desperate to burst through the objective. 6K, lower and lower. It should be impossible for Owner, but he might be able to make it happen. No, Gen G get it, and Ruler's running rampant. Or they can't get to the backside. Ruler on dodge. Double kill for T1. Objective down in Gen G's favor, but again, the cost is too high. Guma stands tall. Doran on the chase. Chovy golden, but headed to silver, and it's the Quadra.
And welcome back to Vancouver, ahead of Game 5 between Gen G and T1. The atmosphere is absolutely electric here in the venue, and I want to know what the fans think. Why do you think Gen G is gonna win?
Because I believe in the Church of Chovy.
Now, why do you think T1 is gonna win?
Because Faker is the goal!
Casters, over to you for this Game 5.
Trying to get in, they're going to burst it down. They do claim it. T1 claim the soul. They're going to look for Faker, though. The public execution back in onto him. But Carrier is there to peel. They're turning on his Shank. Shank's in trouble. Going to get gobbled up by Kael. But it's Doran in the back line trying to take over. Owner going in. Sleeps on everyone. And it is the eternal sleep for AL as Owner makes no mistake. The multi-man ulti was perfect.
A flawless team fight for T1 as they wipe AL off the mat. The magic of T1 is not over just yet as they look to push us to Game 5.
T1 on the international stage here, synonymous with clutch.
T1 not to be outdone. They find their window. They take their moment. They're knocking on the Nexus, and you know what's coming. What else could it be in a battle between Titans like this? It's going to 5.
I gotta say, Doran did so much work with such low resources this game.
Oh, yeah.
In a game where the two top laners had to 2v1 for so long, starved out of so much gold, he made critical plays near the end game team fights, escaping first on the bottom side, the 3-person attempt at his life before that dragon fight, coming in with the flank on the Otacon. I mean, value there.
This series couldn't have gone any other way. We're being pushed to Game 5, LPL versus the LCK.
This series is delivering. Desk, who do you think takes it in Game 5?
And finally, I hope everyone will cheer for this. Who wants to hear some Silver Scrapes? Coming right up, it's going the distance. AL versus T1, one last game to decide who gets to face Gen G in the grand finals. Let's scrape some silver.
This could be Soul, though. T1 going, Tarzan trying to get in, they're gonna burst it down, they do claim it. T1 claim the Soul, they're gonna look for Faker though, the public execution back in onto him. But Carry is there to peel, they're turning on his Shank, Shank's in trouble. Gonna get gobbled up by Kyle, but it's Doran in the back line, trying to take over. Owner going in, sleeps on everyone, and it is the eternal sleep for AL, as Owner makes no mistake, the multi-man ulti was perfect.
It all comes down to this. In Vancouver, one last game to prove it all for anyone's legends. It's about writing their name in history. And for T1, it's about writing another chapter in history. Now, are you ready for Game 5?
Welcome back. Game number 5 about to kick off here. Both these teams took Gen G to 5. We knew that they could be evenly matched coming into today. But we're getting
Keen, the only man that's died on Gen G, is still ahead, nearly 2,000 gold over his counterpart. Gen G will start the objective. T1 are going to see it there with the severing bolt over the wall. They're going to scramble to try to get into range, but immediately Faker is already targeted. Duro with a beautiful start to the fight. Nobody on T1 dead yet. As
Owner
over the wall, looking to try to engage. Super Mega Death Rocket finds a target. Ruler's still alive, but Doran's going after him. The Baron down to 2,000. Chovy's already on a rampage. Guma dies. T1 die! Gen G hold the smoking gun, and they're marching down mid lane with Baron.
A phenomenal team fight for Gen G as they weathered the pressure of T1. They set their sights on the Nexus, and they're looking to bring us to Game 5.
Faker is alive, but he stands alone. Gen G with a 5-man push. They dive Faker, they ace T1, and they guarantee us one final game. Gen G tie up the series. We're going to Game 5.
How else could this series end but in a 5th game? The last time they met, it was 5. The lower bracket finals was 5. This is going to be the 9th series at MSI that goes the full 5 here. It has been an incredible tournament, and it just keeps getting better.
One last game to decide everything from the last 3 weeks. Analyst desk, what do you think?
Oh God, it's so interesting, the choices to make for either side, and the fact that for Gen G, this could be their 2nd consecutive MSI win. But this man on your screen right now, Faker, wants to make up for that Game 5 loss of a couple of days ago. Vancouver, one last time. Are you ready to scrape some silver?
They have absolutely been shaking this building every Game 5.
Woo!
flips it right back over. Doran goes all out. Ton of damage on the Kane. He's gonna get killed. Ruler ready to get excited. Ton of damage on the T1, and they're all getting evaporated. T1 are washed from the rim.
It all comes down to this. One last time, one last game 5 here in Vancouver for MSI. Is Gen.G gonna be able to get their streak at 23 series, or is T1 gonna be able to break their MSI curse? Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the final time this tournament, for the final time on this stage here in Vancouver, Canada. One last game to determine our MSI champions. One last game to see who is the better team between Gen.G and T1. And Chovy and Duro are the ones in position to try to interrupt. Faker goes in for the flash charm, but he won't find it. Owner looking for a chance to steal, but the bullet time immediately forcing him all the way away. He tries to survive, but Canyon will bury him in the river. Gen.G, Baron +1.
Faker tries his best to find a play onto Chovy, but he will not allow it. Chovy holds the line, Owner falls, and with the Baron, Gen.G's last push as they set their sights on the title of MSI.
Gen.G with the push in the top and mid lane simultaneously. Doran and the rest of T1 trying to defend. It is still 20 seconds until Owner is back alive. The Baron minions have made their way to the Nexus turrets. The first already half dead as Gen.G changed their attention over to the mid lane tier 3.
The pressure is unrelenting. The wave clear just isn't there for T1. Now 2 inhibitors fall. It's simply a matter of time.
Owner is back alive. The last stand of T1. Doran slices forward, but it won't matter. The first Nexus turret is already about to die. T1 struggling to defend. Duro with a bone skewer. T1 backing away. Gen.G with a massive advantage already in the health bars as Guma's chunked to half. Chovy goes between worlds. Guma goes down. Carrier goes down. Gen.G, they did not falter on the road to MSI. They didn't fail here in Vancouver for 23 series. They have chased perfection, and now they found it.
Gen.G have done the impossible, a perfect split into a perfect international tournament here. This team truly has achieved the closest thing to perfection you can do in League of Legends. Absolutely insane. Many times they were pushed to the brink. Every single time they stood tall. And now finally they can reap their rewards.
They are not just MSI champions. They are back-to-back MSI champions.